George Rand present Make the Sail, George Rand. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters, tonight you have an opportunity. Let's not say once in a lifetime opportunity, but a definite opportunity. We've heard a lot recently about the planet. I'm going to ask you now, how would you like to be able to do something that would help save the planet? Would you like to? Would you like to do something that will give you and bring in a little bit of money? Well, how would you like to do something that will give you both simultaneously? Yes. We have heard a lot about the planet and how things are changing. We also hear about the fact that carbon dioxide is growing within the atmosphere, and this is a problem. Well, tonight, your opportunity surrounds the ability to remove some of that carbon dioxide. With this new company that's been formed, in conjunction with the government, with subsidies, will help do both. It'll help save the planet, and it'll give you a little bit of income. Now, this is not another insulation scheme. This is a genuine, significant scheme. Now, first I must give you a little bit of background. Each of us breathes out something like 400 millilitres of carbon dioxide every minute. Now, that's per person per minute. If we look at Australia, for example, 20 million of us would per day produce 11,520 million litres. That is enough to fill the MCG 677 times. That is every day. Incredible. Let's look at the world scale. Now, this was back in 2007, this study was done. And there were 6.5 billion of us on the planet at that stage. We accounted for 2.459 gigatons. Now, gigatons are 1,000 million tons of CO2. Other CO2 output from the rest of the world was 27 gigatons. This means we contribute 8.3% of carbon dioxide to the atmosphere every year. Now, there's got to be something we can do about that. Now, the government had the ETS scheme. Now the government has a PES scheme. That stands for Personal Emission Scheme. A PES scheme. So what we're going to do is we are going to offer you tonight two products. Let me talk about the first product first of all. This, you'll see the Personal Emission Scheme from CO2Go. That's my company, which will be worldwide eventually. And the result of these products is that carbon dioxide will go down in the atmosphere and your income will go up. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the products first of all. The first product, I should say, that there will be, the Personal Emissions Scheme will have traders, and I will be a Personal Emission Trader, Scheme Trader, as you can see there. I won't mention the acronym. The first product I'm going to talk to you about is the carb alloon. Now, the carb alloon, you have to be careful the way you say it. I have some samples here, so please do check the instructions on your samples. It is extremely important that you do this because we don't want any accidents or any problems at all. Okay? The carb balloon. Now, what happens here is, and please feel free to open one. The first thing you will notice is that there are different colours. The first car balloon is the standard coloured car balloon. Now this can be used in any way, shape or form. You could use it for parties, you could use it for general decorations. The mind boggles. So just have a go at blowing up your car balloon. Now, you have in your hand a unique product. Australian scientists have developed this material in order to absorb the carbon dioxide within. So by doing what you've just done, you've actually started to trigger that process. Now, if you were to tighten a knot, it's also very important to note that if you burst the balloon, you will reduce its abilities. However, it will still absorb some carbon dioxide. So there we have a standard balloon. Now this will stay inflated for approximately 2 to 3 days, after which time it will start to shrink. As it shrinks, it is absorbing the carbon dioxide. And at the end of the day, well, what do you do with them? You could put them in the attic for additional insulation. You could put them in a spare room. You can take these, either full or when they've deflated, to the CO2 reclamation centre. Now, in fact, there will be a CO2 reclamation centre in this very building. So you take them there. Now, that is the standard balloon. There's also the deluxe version. Now, the difference between the standard and deluxe is that you can inflate it a little bit more, and its efficiency is greater. So please bear that in mind. I'll just leave this one so I can activate it later. So this is the idea. You take your carb balloon, remember that's the way you must pronounce it, carb balloon, with either the standard or the deluxe, and then you take it into the centre. Now they will carefully weigh it, and they will weigh the difference, and the difference of course is the carbon dioxide that has been absorbed into the carb balloon. Okay. That's product number one. Now, there is a second product.